Is anyone even opening your emails anymore? With AI flooding the internet with generic content, more and more competition for attention, and changes in market demand, a lot of business owners are starting to wonder if email marketing is even worth it in 2026. So, in this video, I'm going to help you figure that out. And here's point number one. Email marketing is about owning distribution. When most people hear the word email, they think of writing emails back and forth to their boss or colleagues, or those terrible discount kiddie pools that end up in your promo folder. But email marketing isn't actually about writing, it's about owning your audience and the attention. You see, using social media or like paid ads is a lot like building a house on rented land. At any minute, the algorithm can come in and decide to demolish your house and build something else where your house was, right? I personally woken up to LinkedIn destroying 66% of my reach overnight, and that was a very, very bad day. But I had an email list. And with an email list, you own the land. No matter what happens, 40 to 60% of your subscribers will always see your content. Compare that to the average reach on social media platforms, which is combined to be around 5%. So when you learn email marketing, you're not learning how to send emails. You're learning how to build a business asset that nobody can take from you, right? Which brings me to the next point, and most people don't really understand this, and it kills their long-term business growth. And that's point number two, the Lindy effect. Did you know that the first email ever sent was in 1971? That's how long email has been around, and that's why it's the most important channel you can have for your business. Let me explain. The Lindy effect is an idea that the longer something has survived, the longer it's likely to continue surviving. So think about it like this. A book written by Roman Emperor Marcus Aurelius almost 2,000 years ago is still an Amazon bestseller, and it's likely to keep selling that way for another millennium because it's been around for so long. But things that are fragile or like poor quality disappear very fast. Yet the things that survive decades or centuries do so because they're fundamentally useful. And that's the Lindy effect. But what does this have to do with email marketing? Everything, actually, because email marketing is one of the oldest operating marketing channels that's still thriving today. And every single email killer like Vine, Snapchat, or TikTok came along with the promise to replace email, but Vine's been dead for decades. Snapchat's stock dropped 90% from its peak, and TikTok is about one congressional vote away from getting banned forever. All of them were supposed to replace email, so here's the point. Email isn't dead, and because of the Lindy effect, it's the most likely marketing channel to be around for another 50 years. Probably a great investment, right? And if you need more proof, let me go to point number three. There's 4.7 billion users of email, and it's still growing. If you think email marketing is dying, then this will prove you wrong. Because according to the latest research, email grows by approximately 100 million users annually, and is projected to hit 4.8 billion users by next year. That's more than the users of TikTok, Telegram, LinkedIn, and Snapchat combined. But that's just the tip of the iceberg as far as data goes, because if you take a look at this research from ZeroBounce, 99% of email users check their inbox daily, with many checking their inboxes 20 times a day. Imagine how powerful that is for your business, having somebody look in their inbox and there you are 20 times a day. You need to take advantage of it, right? So roughly 42% of users check 3 to 5 times a day, while 18% confess to checking multiple times per hour. So if you're ignoring using email marketing, you're a business owner. That's like owning a restaurant on the busiest street in the world and just deciding to pack up shop and move to the desert because people on Twitter are saying restaurants are dead. That's what you're doing when you ignore email and you go all in on social media. Every single person on your email list raised their hand. They gave you an email address. They invited you into the place where they check before they check anything else. No other channel on earth gives you that. Now, you know how massive email is, but this next part is what separates business owners who make 7 figures from business owners who struggle to even make a dime. Because you don't actually have to be an email marketer to profit from email marketing. Which brings me to point number 4. You don't have to be an email marketer. And before you call me crazy, just picture this. You're a real estate agent, right? You're sending market updates and new listings to your local buyers list. And you're not writing email copy. You're just keeping people in the loop about updates about the housing market, the giving news and valuable insights. But when one of your subscribers is ready to buy, guess who they're going to call first? That's why email marketing is the most profitable skill you can learn in 2026. 81% of small businesses use email as their primary tool for getting customers, and 80% use email marketing to keep in contact with customers they already have. meaning the lifetime value of their customers is super high. People buy from them over and over because they contact them with email. So my point is that email is the underlying system for building relationships and turning that relationship into money, right? So whether you're selling golf lessons, supplements, coaching programs, or handmade candles that kind of smell funny, the fundamentals are always the same. You build a list, you deliver value, you get paid at scale. Email just happens to return $36 for every dollar that you spend. That's a 3,600% ROI. Show me another channel that does that. And you don't have to be an email marketer. You just have to plug email marketing into your business. Now, let's go to point number 5. AI won't replace email marketing. By now, you're probably thinking, all right, Parker, why would I learn email marketing when AI could just write emails for me? Because when every business owner on the planet is using the same tool or with the same prompts, every email is going to start to sound the same, right? And in the age of generic slop ruining the inbox, a simple, well-written story will get you miles ahead of everyone else. But that's not all. Gmail knows about the slop problem too now. So, well, Google just rolled out an AI-powered inbox that reads and summarizes emails before your subscriber even sees them. So Google's AI is deciding whether your email is worth showing to a human being. So, if your email reads like a robot wrote it, Google's robot is going to treat that email like a robot. And 67% of consumers say they prefer human storytelling over machine-generated content anyway. And that's 2 out of 3 people literally saying, I can tell this was written by ChatGPT and I don't like it. Now, don't get me wrong, AI is an amazing tool, but the tool is only as good as the person using it. And if you don't know what makes a great email, if you can't look at a draft and say, ooh, that's a bad one, before sending it to thousands of people, the lesson here is simple. AI doesn't replace email marketing. It just exposes who understands email marketing and who's been winging it. So now you know email marketing isn't some dusty tactic from the 90s, but there is another problem. None of this matters if you don't know how to write emails that people actually want to open and read. You can have the biggest email list in the world, and if your emails suck, that list is worthless. And that's why you need to watch this next video. It breaks down the exact welcome sequence that turns brand new subscribers into paying customers, so you can take everything you just learned and put money behind it. So click here to watch it now, and don't forget, like, comment, and subscribe, and thanks for checking this out.